I am working on the border for my Cathedral window quilt. I have to put a batting in this. So it's kind of like making a tube and putting your batting in the middle. So it will be hopefully just about the same weight as the quilt. Quilt is really heavy, so you want to put a little weight on the end. But I know somebody's going to say, I wish you had showed us how you did that border. So I'm going to make sure I show you how I'm doing it. So just take your time and make sure you got it. Take your time and make sure you do it right. I mean, so much work I did on that quilt. I'm going to take my time on it. But, and I want to make sure that, because I cut all my strips for my binding, and I cut it at 8 inches, because I wanted to have not a big border on it, but a border you could see, you could realize it was a border. Because from the little triangles in the middle of them is I think it was 3.5 inches when I measured it. So I went with 7 inch. I wanted to do a 7-inch border. So with all the putting it together and what have you, I just went ahead and did extra inch so I can allow from all of my seam allowances. I didn't want to take the chance of doing it a half of an inch too big. I just went ahead and did the full inch, because when I put it on, I will be showing you when I put it on. I'm going to put it on just like I connect the blocks, and that is going to take a little bit of space. So I'll make sure that I have enough space and that my batting and everything lines up. So I am so sorry. I'm just getting around to this. I have been dealing with sinuses, and when you have COPD and sinuses, they don't work together too well. So I've been having a lot of problems breathing. So I had an appointment for my doctor, but I felt so bad. My lung specialist, but I felt so bad I told him to let me come on Thursday instead of Monday, which I need to go on Monday, but didn't feel like it. So I know everybody's probably dealing with sinuses. The baby is. But I will show you. I got to cut my batting. I hadn't cut it yet. And kind of glad I didn't, because I don't want to piece any batting. And this quilt is a queen size quilt. And I actually bought a full size or twin, can't remember which one. But anyway, so I could cut the batting up. And then I thought about it. Well, I would have to piece that batting, and I don't want to do that. So I did buy a queen size batting. So I will be using the queen size. That way I don't have to do no piecing to it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with piecing it. If I had scraps for this right here, I would be using them instead of opening a whole new bag of batting. I'd be piecing my little heart out, y'all. I sure would. And you know, I told this quilt is gonna have a story. I told my daughter just a minute ago. I had made the label for it, and the quilt is not done until you make that label. But I hadn't made a label yet because I couldn't think of a name. I know I spent a lot of time praying and talking to God when I made this quilt, but I wanted something like maybe praise time or something. And I was like, you run a few names through, and then there'll be that one that sticks out. And I know when I started this quilt, everyone told me it's on their bucket list. Or I got a lot of subscribers that says, oh, it's beautiful. I may pull out mine that I started 10, 20 years ago. So I think the name of this quilt is going to be the bucket list quilt. That's what is I'm really feeling, and I think it explains this quilt. And I am going to make a little sister to go with this quilt, because this quilt originally doesn't have a binding. So I'm gonna make another one, but I'm not gonna worry y'all with all of that. I'll just show you what I'm gonna do once I start to close it up. Finish the ends off. I'll show you what I'm gonna do to that. But it'll just be like a little wall hanging. It's not gonna be a full-size quilt. And here's the name, little sister. So when you get through, this is what you're gonna have. This is gonna go on the back, and yes, my muslin is a little bit longer, but it doesn't matter. I can cut that off, or I can just leave it, because I'm gonna have to cut it off anyway. But this is what you'll have, and this will go on the back. The white here is gonna go on the back, and this will go on the front. So I'm not gonna do it tonight. Tomorrow, I will cut my batting up and get it all cut up, and I will show you how I'm going to put it in this. See, this should be about, it's gonna be around 15, I guess, inches now. Get it all in there. 15, 16 inches, because each one of these scripts were 8-inch blocks. So with all I just did a 1/4-inch seam allowance on it to put them together. And okay, you see, I opened these seams where I connected my my scripts to get this long. Sorry about that. It's long. So I will be pinning my batting in here. First, I gotta do something with these seams here. I'll probably just open them up, or either I will press them to the side, the orange side, either or. And I will do that, and I will show you when I get ready to put this binding in it. Not batting in it. I'm always so tongue-tied, y'all. Y'all know I'm not perfect. Pray for me, y'all. Pray for me. But I'm excited. And like I said, it should have already been done, but I just hadn't felt like dealing with it. And it's kind of bittersweet to finish it up. But I will get this done. And I will show you guys how to put the batting in the inside of this once I get it all pressed out and pretty. All right, I'll be back. Hey, you all. I want to ask you to excuse me. I know sometimes you hear me blowing when I'm making a video, but that is my way of catching my breath. Deep breaths help me, but a lot of times I be losing my breath and I have to blow. I just blow out to catch my breath. So I ask you all to forgive me for that. I mean, it's just something I have to do to keep breathing, or y'all hear me over here panting like a dog. So, all right, I will get back with you guys on this as soon as I get this binding. And I said through this video that this quilt was originally did not have a binding. I meant border. I keep getting my binding and my border mixed up. See, look at that. See these little things? These little things. It's just blowing out this oak tree and into the house. But I keep saying binding, but it's a border. And I will get it finished up in, so when you hear me say binding, excuse me. It's a border. It's a border, y'all. That's a big binding. If it was a binding, wouldn't it be? But I will be getting back with you guys. I'm going to go over here and press these seams, and then tomorrow, it'll probably be tomorrow. I don't know. I'm feeling so how I feel tonight. I may go ahead and cut my bedding to put in the middle of it. So, all right. I'll get back with you guys as soon as I get to the next step. Okay, everybody, I am back. I told you I was going to be basting. I got my bedding cut. I cut it at 7 inches. And now I'm just basting it down. Where'd my needle go? Did I lose my needle? I had my needle. I think it went through. Yep, that's what it did. It went through on the other side. This happens sometimes. This is why I'm only doing one string. So guess what? I'll just pull it through and pull it back out. Yeah. So I hope everybody's doing good today. This here basting, I'm doing my basting. Like I said, it's going to take a minute. Cookie, and then it's going to take the time that Cookie lets me do it. So with that being said, we will do a little, I'll show you a little basting here. And I'm going to talk to you about the grandmother's flower garden. I had a subscriber to ask me. I got a long thread on here because I'm only basting, so I really don't care. And you want to make your stitches as big as possible. So when you take it out, see, this is a long thread. And it tangles up, but I can get over it just for basting. I don't really care what the stitches look like. The bigger they are, the better it is to get them out. And usually I have no problems threading this needle. But because you all are watching, I'm having a problem. And I have enough light in here neither. I can see it. I can see it, just can't get it to go in. A lot of times when you cut your thread, if it's not smooth, are you kidding me? Got a needle thread around here somewhere. I kept trying to keep it from Cookie, but she's finally got it. And only her and God knows where it is. Let's cut this again. And these are my paper scissors. Because I'm just too lazy to pull out any other. I was just doing this, trying to get it done so I can get this border on this quilt. There we go. Well, I tell you, took me a minute there, didn't it? But I'm just basting, and actually, I'm just basting it down on where I did can you see that? Where I did that, where I connected them together. And I'm just doing raw edge of my binding to the raw edge of where I did that. And I'm just doing a little bit of basting. Make your stitches big, just huge. All you want to do is be able to tack it down, so when you turn it over, or when you get ready to turn it, that your batting will stay. So that's why I got to lay it out on the bed. And this was a full size batting. instead of a twin. So I went ahead, but I had to tack a little piece on the back. But you'll see, I got my little squares here. At the end down here, I'll tack that on. But it's no problem to tack it on. You want to lay it flat, and you don't want to put a hump in it. You don't want to overlap it. You just want to put it together. You can actually go do it on your sewing machine with a zigzag stitch. But since I was doing this, I just basically tacked it, sewed it together by hand. I don't know if I need to show you that or not, but I'll make sure I show you that in the next video where I added, because you added my end, just in case somebody needs that. Want to give the people what they want. You know that song? Give the people what they want? Yeah. Right now, I forget who sings that, but it's a song that I raised my kids on. Everybody having a good Sunday. I was going to try to make this all into one video, but since it's going to take me so long to base this down, because like I say, I had to base when Cookie's not around. I was going to say that she's at the door. I got the door shut, so she can't come in. But I have to base when she's happy or going to let me do something. But all I'm doing today is basting. And then once I get to the next step, I will show you that. But I want to also talk to you about the grandmother's flower garden. So I got this on the bed because it's just, and I'm not really comfortable the way I'm sitting here. If I wasn't filming, I would be kind of laid back with it in my lap. But the purpose of you guys seeing that I got it laying up here on the bed. And I'm just making huge stitches. Like I say, the bigger the stitches, the better. You just basting it to keep it in place when you get ready to turn this. So, you know, I told you last night you got to make a tube. When I get through with it, I will turn right sides together like this. And then turn my right sides together. See, that's my right sides. And then I'll run a seam, 1/4-inch seam here on there. And then I will turn it. And once I turn it, then we'll be about ready to put it on. See, I messed it up trying to show you that. But anyway, we'll be ready to put this border on. It just takes a little bit more to do it. You know, I could have did it the original way that the quilts called for. And it would just took me more time because I would have had to finish off all those squares on the end. But this just takes a little time. And like I say, as much time I have put in this quilt, I'm not sweating how long it takes me to get it done. Get it done, I get it done. Once I get the border on, then I got to go back and tack those little triangles down. I got to go back and sew them down. But you'll see that. I'll show you that also. And I'm just going to echo them in. You see my, this is not working right here. Take your time. Just take your time. Yeah. I got it off because I was messing with the end down there. But take your time and just gather it up. Hold your needle and just sew it. And I'm sewing it wrong because I had this over here. That's why I'm having such a hard time. You see, I can't even go back to where I was. But here we go. I still had this showing you guys that you're gonna put the right size together. So that's why it was kind of funky. Yeah, now we're back on track. See, my brain don't always work. But I'm still getting the same thing done. It's just a little bit harder for me than like this. Okay, I'm going to talk about the papers on my grandmother's flower garden. This here, a young lady asked me, when do you take the papers out? Well, see, I got all my papers out here. It's no papers here. It's just papers at the edge. Now, whether you tack this down with thread, and let me tell you something. See, I was doing this new, and which that's not. But don't, make sure if you use different color paper, don't let any water hit it, because I had a little incident where I had a purple one in here when I should have used white ones all through this. I am definitely throwing away the purple ones, and it bled on my material a little bit. So make sure you want to use the white ones. It's the reason they use the white ones. I had to figure it out the hard way. You know, that's what we do. We live and we learn. But anyway, when you get to the end of your quilt, say this is the end. We're just going to pretend this is the end. We done. We got all our hexagons in here, and we're ready to put the batting and backing on it. So I don't think once these has been folded, and I'm not taking my threads out, I see no need to. So that kind of gives me a little bit more secure. But even if you had glued this down, those where you folded at, it's not gonna move around. It's not gonna take your papers out when you get ready to just tack this down. Excuse me. Like I said, if this was your ending of your quilt, I don't have a green. But if that was the ending of your quilt, let's just say this is the ending of our quilt. This green here is the ending of our quilt. We done. We got everything in. I wouldn't be afraid to take my papers out. I'll go all the way around it, take all my papers out, pin down my quilt, make my sandwich just as I would with any other quilt. You see right there? That's what I was talking about. I had a purple one in there. Can you see that? See where it bled on my... But we'll take care of that. I don't think... You can't see through it. You can't see it through. But hopefully it'll come out in the wash too. But I'm just on another conversation. Hopefully this will help you. Once these have been folded, and as long as they've been folded, I do not see them moving. I do not see them getting getting all mixed up and messed up and flopping over. I don't see that, even if you use the glue basting. I think you will be okay to take your papers out at the end. I'm quite sure nobody is taking these papers out one at a time as they get to them, when they get ready to quilt this quilt. So I'm so sorry, y'all. I hadn't been out today, but my sinus is still bothering me. That's on. I hope that helps you, and I'm making more flowers to this, so I'll be giving you some more information on it. I'll be sewing it and chatting with you here in a little while. Probably won't be the next video, because I want to go ahead and get this border did. But after that, we'll get that did, and we'll do some sewing and chatting, and we'll do some cutting on my next project also. Getting the blocks and everything ready for it, which it'll be done on a sewing machine. This is going to be all hand stitched. It's going to be even hand quilted. So that'll be my first one that's all hand, because this one here has got about 10% machine, where I put the blocks together and where I put these borders together. I say about 5-10% of it is going to be, is quilting. Quilting, listen at me. Sorry about that. Machine. But the rest of it is all hand. So that's what I wanted to come back to you with today. And I'm going to get this video out. And then the next video, I'll show you the process of turning this and getting it ready to put on the quilt. So I'll show you my next steps on it. I hope everybody has a blessed Sunday. God bless you and your family. And if you like what you see here, I would like for you to hit that. Sorry about that pause. I thought the baby was there. If you like what you see, hit that pause. But, oh, listen at me. I am all over the place. Let me see. I'm going to come back and talk to you. If I'm looking at you, maybe I do better. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. I don't know. Didn't like that ending that I was going to give you. But if you like what you saw here, what you see here, and you want to keep up with my videos, please hit that like button. Give me a like, a thumbs up. Share my videos with your friends. Hit that subscribe button so you won't miss any videos that I'm doing. And also, thank you to all my new subscribers. I am so excited. Thank you for those that are going into my Facebook group. All over the place today, y'all. Forgive me. Facebook group. Thank you for joining. And I hope that you will start sharing because I would love to see your work. So, please go to my Facebook group and share some of your work. I would love to see what you got up under the needle. Anyway, I want to say once again, God bless you and your family. And I hope you all have a blessed Sunday. And I will see you soon. Bye-bye.